Hello, my name is Dr. Clara Vuletich and I'm based in Sydney, Australia. And so I just wanted to give you a quick summary of the state of play here around circular economy in the fashion industry. So over the last few years, there has been some engagement from the industry, but particularly in the last 12 months, we've seen a really a stronger take up and engagement. One of the barriers has been over the last few years, but there was no actual data on the amount of clothing or textiles going to landfill, and no understanding of the kind of clothing and textile flows through the system. So that study has actually just been done in the last 12 months. So we now have some actual data on clothing and textile waste, which is fantastic. The other key development has been that at both the federal and state level, the government has really identified textiles as a priority waste stream. So they're also getting on board. They're putting some funding towards more studies and more R&D innovation projects, which is fantastic. There's the Industry Association, the Australian Fashion Council. They are engaging. I was actually asked recently by them to write a circularity guide for their members, for a lot of the brands who are members with the AFC. And there's a new Australian Circular Textiles Association that's been set up in the last year as well. And they are also running what they're calling the Australian Textile Network, which is workwear, apparel brands, the charity sector, all of the textile stakeholders, and we're running them through a 12-month training program, and I'm the lead mentor and trainer for that. So there is, things are really hotting up. For brands at the brand level, there's a lot of them who are exploring circularity strategies. As we know globally, there's not a lot of end of life sort of fiber recycling technologies available for them, but there's definitely some engagement at a strategy level. And I guess, for me personally, one of the key outcomes of my PhD, which I finished 5 years ago in London with the Centre for Circular Design, was, the real importance of and the role of values and mindsets for all stakeholders engaging in sustainability and circularity. And, this idea that it's great that we're choosing better fibers, that we're engaging with our suppliers and our supply chain, and we're becoming more transparent as a brand. But how do we encourage and instill the sort of set of values that we need to make, better decisions around sustainability? So I actually have set up an independent training program that's trying to kind of encourage and develop leadership in this space. And that's really become my new passion. So I'm going to be exploring that and running that program over the next few years. And I'm really looking forward to see how that space evolves.